If there is one question I could ask you that would tell me everything about you, your life, and the potential of your future, it's true, just one question. Want to know what it is? It is as simple as this. Tell me the size of the problem that stresses you out. If you tell me the size of the problem that stresses you out, I'll know the size of your life. It's as simple as that. We are all capable of way more than we allow ourselves to be. Our ceiling is our stress point. Some people's stress point is traffic, or a bad hair day, or unfavorable gossip, or if their favorite sports team lost. They literally experience distress and despair. Those people are not going to have a very big life. Some people are overwhelmed by small challenges and the smallest of setbacks. Those people can then only live a small life. It is not a judgment. It is just reality. The breaking point of your stress level is the breaking point of what you can achieve. When we hire people for the A-Team, your first 90 days is purposely designed to be a stress test. We want to find out where your breaking point is, and if that point is below our level of performance expectation. And if it is, you just don't make the team. This is no different than what the Navy SEALs do during their BUDS school. They are pushing you to see if you break. Will you quit? Better that they find that out during training than in the theater of battle when your comrades are depending on you. We feel the same. Better we find out your stress breaking point is below our standard during your first 90 days than later learn when the team has become dependent upon you and you're part of the equation. This goes all the way up the totem pole, by the way. I've mentioned before that I've always admired and even envied Richard Branson's life until I got to know Richard Branson's life. As the owner of record on 400 plus companies, he's personally named on at least 125 lawsuits at any one time. It's just a factor of doing business at that scale. Richard doesn't fret about it for a second. But me, that'd freak me out. That is way above my personal stress point, and that is why he is Richard Branson and I am not. My friend Mark Sparks, he is building or operating over a half dozen physical rehabilitation hospitals simultaneously. You wouldn't believe the complexity, the liability, the pressure, and the demand that endeavor requires. I admire him greatly, particularly because that level of stress is beyond me. But Mark, as his wife Jane puts it, Mark wakes up with a big smile on his face, wagging his tail like a puppy every morning, she says. He's not stressed out at all. Another friend, Dave Liniger, the founder of RE/MAX, the stories of challenges, setbacks, and stresses this man has endured over the 50 years of building his empire makes me stressed out just hearing the stories. But for Dave, no problem at all. But that is why he is worth more than $1 billion. That is why the answer to this question is a tell-all. Tell me the size of the problem that stresses you out, and I'll know the size of your life. There are two things that I would suggest to you here this morning. Number one, if you want to have a bigger life, experience bigger success, you have to raise the level of what stresses you out. You cannot allow small issues, small challenges, and small setbacks to take control of you emotionally. Raise your stress breaking point and you will raise your success threshold. Number two, decide the stress breaking point that you want and need to accomplish the success that you seek. For instance, I don't like legal wranglings of any sort, so I choose not to pursue a path like Richard Branson has. I don't like the complexity of massive construction projects, the pressure of major bank financing, and the absurd demands of government regulations that Mark deals with stride. And I don't like the public company scrutiny, corporate compliance, and Wall Street puppeteering that Dave and his CEO, Adam, have to deal with. And they do it with ease and charm. At the same time, I have perpetually raised my stress point in specific areas of my life, of my choosing. And that is a key point. And in doing so, it has perpetually grown my abundance within those categories. It might not be Richard's or Dave's or Mark's kind of payoff opportunity, but it's much more than I would ever need or want for. The key is being selective and deliberate about the stresses you do want to raise your threshold in. So it's your turn. Tell us 2 to 3 things that stress you out, that you know if you're gonna succeed to the level you desire, you have to not let those things stress you any longer. Write down your thoughts in your Darren Daily Journal and in the comments below. And I look forward to reading what you have to say.